Do you ever find yourself doing things that make people look at you a little sideways? Maybe you're caught talking to yourself in the mirror, or you feel like a total stranger in a room full of people and wonder, is there something actually wrong with me? Well, what if those habits you're most embarrassed about are actually markers of a high-functioning mind? Today, we're decoding 6 odd behaviors that, according to psychology, could be a sign that you're actually a hidden genius. Turns out, being normal isn't always the gold standard for brilliance. In fact, many of the sharpest minds in history were a little unconventional. Psychology suggests that certain behaviors, which seem odd on the surface, often point to a curious, creative, and highly active mind. Let's dive into those weird but wise behaviors. Maybe you'll see yourself in them. Number 1. The self-talk phenomenon. Ever find yourself narrating your morning coffee routine or giving yourself a full-blown pep talk in the mirror? Before you check yourself into a psych ward, listen to this. Psychologists call this self-directed speech, and it's a hallmark of a high-speed brain. Far from being a crazy habit, research by Lupien and Swingley in 2012 proves that talking to yourself actually sharpens your focus and speeds up problem solving. It's like giving your brain a mental GPS. By vocalizing your thoughts, you're literally mapping out your cognitive process in real time. So, the next time you're caught mumbling your to-do list out loud, don't apologize. Your brain isn't losing it. It's just operating at a higher gear. Number 2. The outsider feeling. Have you ever sat in a crowded room and felt like you were completely on your own? Like everyone is speaking one language, but your brain is tuned into another. Most people call this social anxiety, but psychology says it could actually be a sign of high intelligence. There's a famous study called the Savanna theory of happiness. It found that while most people feel happier when they hang out with big groups of friends, people with high IQs actually feel less satisfied when they socialize too much. It's not that you don't like people, it's just that your brain runs on a different frequency. While others are happy talking about the weather or celebrity gossip, your mind is busy thinking about big goals or deep ideas. You aren't being antisocial, you're being socially selective. You aren't a misfit, you're just an observer waiting for a conversation that actually feeds your brain. Number 3. The deep dive obsession. Have you ever spent an entire week obsessed with something random? Like suddenly staying up until 3 a.m. researching how ancient pyramids were built, or trying to master the perfect sourdough bread. To others, this looks like a distraction, but psychologists call it having a hungry mind. This habit is linked to a personality trait called openness to experience, which is a major sign of high intelligence. Think of it this way. Your brain doesn't just want information, it craves brain food. While some people get bored easily, your mind stays sharp by diving deep into new, complex topics. Whether it's space, history, or a new hobby, you aren't wasting time, you're giving your brain a workout. For a high IQ person, learning isn't a boring chore, it's their favorite sport. Number 4. The midnight mastermind. While the rest of the world is snoring, is your brain suddenly buzzing with its best ideas? Many people think staying up late is just a bad habit, but psychology suggests it might be a sign of a high-functioning mind. Research by Kanazawa and Perina found a fascinating trend. Night owls, people who prefer the late hours, often score higher on IQ tests than early birds. But here's the catch. Staying up late doesn't make you smart. In fact, losing sleep is the fastest way to drain your brain power. The real secret is the sacred silence. Highly active minds often crave the quiet of the night because there are no distractions, no emails, no phone calls, no noise. It's the only time your brain feels free to connect the dots and think deeply. So, if you're a midnight mastermind, stop feeling guilty. Your brain is simply waiting for the world to go quiet so it can finally hit its peak. Number 5. You have long, deep, silent phases. Most people have a social battery that recharges in a crowd. Yours recharges in the silence of your own room. If you find yourself needing to vanish from social media or skip the party just to hear yourself think, you're actually following a pattern common among high IQ individuals. The Savanna theory of happiness suggests something shocking. While most people get happier with more social interaction, highly intelligent individuals actually feel less satisfied the more they socialize with large groups. Why? Because your brain needs these quiet phases to process complex data and connect dots without the noise of small talk. You're not being weird, you're practicing intrapersonal intelligence. Your greatest breakthroughs don't happen in a crowd, they happen in the stillness of your own company. Number 6. You ask deep and sometimes weird questions. You think too much because you're asking if time is an illusion or why we dream? Take it as a massive compliment. Curiosity isn't just a quirky habit, it's one of the strongest scientific predictors of intellectual potential. While others accept the world as it is, your mind is constantly digging for the mechanics behind reality. Research shows that a curious brain is a high-performing one because it learns faster because discovery triggers a dopamine-like reward system in your mind. Even Albert Einstein famously claimed he had no special talent, only passionate curiosity. So if you're always asking those deep, sometimes weird questions, don't stop. You're not being difficult, you're displaying the hallmark of a mind that refuses to just exist. It wants to understand the blueprint of the universe. So the next time someone calls you weird, just smile, because those strange little quirks are actually the fingerprints of your genius. So stay curious, because a mind that questions everything is a mind that can change anything. If this video helped you understand yourself a little better, hit the like button and subscribe to Mr. Psychology to join our community of deep thinkers. Stay curious.